I'm Ryan Newman, and since I started with Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives, I found out that some people think that they can't be an organ donor. The truth is, anyone can sign up to be an organ donor.
Anyone?
Anyone?
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Anyone can sign up to be an organ donor. So don't count yourself out because somebody's counting on you. Go to driventosavelives.org and sign up today.
But my heart's going to you, Ryan.
Love that shirt.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a very, very special night of iRacing action here on the National Racing Network. We are going sprint car racing at Slinger Speedway. You do not want to miss any of this show coming up here. It is going to be wild. They bill themselves as the world's fastest quarter mile. Zach Evans checking in the comments saying, my Spotify just started playing Enter Sandman. It knows. Yeah, Zach, I'm going to agree with you. How about iRacing world record, the all-time fastest lap ever set on an oval in the 6 p.m. session? Tracy Petter, 9.546 seconds. Oh my goodness. Qualifications are already underway here. Let's take a look. Mitch Drevnovsky is already done. Dylan Vilashinsky, most of the field, in fact, a lot of these guys are already done. Let's pick up Josh Batista in the red Ream Rocket. The number 20 is pulling out onto the speedway. Look at that. That's almost like it was done on cue, man. Lap number 1 for Batista, 9.792 seconds. He's going to be 6th quick. Oh, my goodness. Lap number 2 for Batista, 9.684. He's going to be 3rd quick. 9.631 is the lap time of record at the front of the field. Oh, buddy. This is going to be ridiculous. Bizzle's checking in the comments going, 9s? Yeah, 9s is what we're looking at here. Oh my goodness. I'm 75 laps is going to be the race distance tonight, but holy cow. It is going to just be abject insanity is what we're going to see here tonight. And quite frankly, I'm here for it. As everybody getting ready to head out to the grid, we will get ready to show you tonight's starting lineup. Let's pick up, there we go, we got this camera up. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, it looks like we have all the paint schemes lined up here. So let's take a look and show you tonight's starting lineup for a very big field of cars here as well. take a look. Well, there we go. Okay. Trying to figure out why we're not seeing the our graphics and everything else coming up here for us. Let's take a look. Well, let's see. Cars are out onto the racing surface, and well, okay. Unfortunately, it looks like we may have to do this one sans graphics here this evening. Unfortunately. Yeah, for whatever reason, the graphics don't want to work for us tonight, but Homestead-Miami, Tracy Petter leading the field off of turn number 4. Green goes in the air. Whoa, big slide down to the inside. Not sure who that one was. My goodness. We are going to stay green early on in this one. Lap number 1 goes in the books. Oh, big bounce off the wall for Tracy Petter. He comes down right on top of Jeffrey Stanton. Not entirely sure how those two were able to keep from those cars in a straight line. Andrew Bogus, Derek Miller, Derek Love battling just back behind. Oh, man. Bogus having to look inside of Stanton down the back straightaway. We're going to have to keep this one wide. Race leaders already in traffic. We're 30 seconds and 4 laps into this one. Bizzle is checking in going, 9s. Yeah, 9s. We put the over-under at 30 laps of green flag racing. Holy cow. These guys just fighting and weaving their way through traffic. This is insane. Oh, 3 wide, middle of 1 and 2. Bogus got caught out of that one. Mitch Drevnovsky holding a 4/10 of a second lead over Tracy Petter. I don't even know where to look. One car bouncing it off the outside wall. We've got a couple of cars already on pit lane, and the caution is out for the first time here tonight. Possibly trouble for Dan Holmes. Let's take a look here and see. We'll fire up the NRN replay and see what happened. Keep your eye on that white machine down to the inside of the race course. Oh, bounces it up off the outside wall, upside down, tipping over. Oh, big hit down the front. Couple of big hits down the front straightaway for Dan Holmes. That car on pit lane. And he will be heading towards the back of the field. There we go. There's Dan Holmes getting out onto pit lane. So we'll pick up the front of the field. Quite frankly, it's probably a good thing that the graphics are not working tonight, because the timing tower is going absolutely ballistic at the moment. I don't think we have any sad ream noises yet. Let's take a look. There's Josh Batista in the number 20. He's going to get himself tucked up in line, but this is where things are going to get difficult, quite frankly, almost possibly to the detriment of some of these drivers, because you're going to take the green flag at the entrance to turn number 3. Lights are already out on the iRacing safety car, and you better get yourself lined up and do it in a hurry. In fact, the field's still cycling through as race leader Mitch Drevnovsky gets to turn 3. Green flag goes back in the air. Jeffrey Stanton, Andrew Bogus. Oh, buddy, they're doing battle already off to turn number 1. Stanton able to hold on to position number 3. Oh, and stands upside down. Caution flag is out, and Jeffrey Stanton gets caught up in it. Oh, no. Take a look and see if we can find the instant replay here. See what happens. Several cars showed as being slow on the racetrack, obviously having the incident inside of turn number 4. Oh my goodness. things are cycling. Drivers are cycling through the... Let's see, possibly an issue here for, well, let's see, we're trying to get to it. Oh, man. I wish you guys could see what was going on in the booth here. It is absolute insanity trying to find a replay. Unfortunately, every time a driver crosses the start-finish line, so the caution laps don't count, they get basically, iRacing says they crashed, or they get an EOL penalty. If you're in the crash, you get an EOL, you go to the back of the field. You cycle everybody through, you end up with the cars in the right order. But that means every single time a car crosses the start-finish line, it gets an EOL, and another event shows up on our event viewer. It's actually to the point that we can't even keep up with who is where. Race leader Mitch Drevnovsky is currently being shown in the 5th position by timing and scoring as they get to turn 3. Green flag goes in the air, and here's Andrew Bogus making the move on Tracy Petter down towards turn number 1. Bogus looks inside, already coming up on some lap traffic. Oh, buddy, that's tight. Off of turn number 4. Bogus gonna have run. Oh, a little bit of a bump and run on Drevnovsky for the race lead. Lap number 12 up on the scoreboard. New race leader, Andrew Bogus. Oh, caution is out again, and we've got a big one going on. Sounds like on the front straightaway. Possibly trouble here for Dan Holmes. Having his second incident of the night. Let's fire up the replay here and see what happened to the 15. That's the blue and white car up on the outside of the racetrack. Oh, and he just got absolutely shoved. Oh, and Austin Rich Miller. Wow, that's a huge wreck down the front straightaway. Let's take a look here and pick up. Show you the replay one more time and grab a look at this one from Austin Rich Miller's point of view. There's the little bit of contact. He gets turned. Miller goes for a wild ride. Several cars airborne down the front straightaway. And that's going to put us under caution one more time. So we'll reset the field here. Andrew Bogus, Mitch Drevnovsky, Tracy Petter, Derek Love, Bryant Miller, the top 5. Yeah, and unfortunately, the sad ream noise is coming out now for Josh Batista, as it looks like he was involved potentially in that incident back in the 17th position. Although with how many cars are wadding themselves up here, I don't know that you can say anybody is out of this race yet. Working at lap number 13, the pace car is going. Yeah, it looks like it should be coming back to green at lap number 14 when they cross the start-finish line. Into turn 3, green flag back in the air, and Andrew Bogus gets a fantastic jump on the front of the field. Drevnovsky, Petter, Love, Miller, the top 5. Everybody sort of spaces themselves out. Slide back in the field a little bit here. Let's pick up Josh Batista, trying to make his way forward. He's already up to the 14th position, going to work on Pat Risso Jr. Oh, but maybe a little bit of a bump and run there into turn number 1 that time. 20 Machine trying to work his way towards the front, as we are down to now 60 laps to go. A couple of cars starting to make their way back out onto the racetrack. Oh my goodness. The most dangerous pit re-entry in iRacing, I believe, as well. Out of the pit lane right there, the exit at turn number 4, and it just dumps you onto the racing line. No warning for the guys in the corners either. Slide a little forward, pick up Dylan Vilashinsky and Brandon McCreary. McCreary having the peek down to the inside. What do you think, people? Do you want to see this for a little 500? We've run one of these before at Southern National. We did a little 500. Do you want 500 laps of this? I could be on board for that. Oh, it's Josh Batista slicing his way through the field. He's up to 10th. Coming around a lap car who's running wisely down on the bottom side of the racetrack. He's got about, call it about 6/10 to get caught up to Bryson Hoff, who is in position number 9. Your race leaders, top 4, all still running within a few car lengths of each other. Bryant Miller falling about 2 1/4 seconds back. And it will be 50 laps to go next time by, 25 officially in the scorebook. Oh, here comes Mitch Drevnovsky. He wants a shot on Andrew Bogus for the race lead. We'll see if it comes in traffic. The 14 machine of Pat Risso up to the outside of the racetrack. Lets the leaders through cleanly to turn 1. Next car on the list, I believe, is going to be the 19 of Ronald Gibbons. Oh, God, that is so tight. And here, we'll give you a little bit of a different look here. Show you some of the different camera views we have. Oh, there's contact! All 3 of the leaders are up into the wall. Drevnovsky's upside down. Oh, no, the race leaders have a big, big issue. And it's going to put 2 of them out of this race. Let's take a look. Okay. It's starting to aggravate me a little bit now. All right, we've got the replay squared up. It was Tracy Petter who went upside down. Petter's in the 98 machine off of turn number 2. Contact with the 21 of Drevnovsky. Bogus goes around. Petter goes for a wild ride into turn number 3. And that will put us under the caution flag. And, well, it's going to leave Mitch Drevnovsky at the head of the field. We'll see if the lights go out on the iRacing safety car here, and they do. So possibly next caution, we may do a check-in with some of the drivers to see if their physical health is okay. They were reporting some dizziness. It's CART 2001 at Texas all over again. As they get the 3, Drevnovsky grabs the loud pedal. He's going to get a great restart from Derek Love. Bryant Miller, I don't think he anticipated being up in this position. As we go right back under the caution flag. Cautions breed cautions, especially at a place this tight. Let's see. Trying to see if we can see who the issue was for here. Oh my goodness. We're not even to the halfway point. Lap number 30 is on the scoreboard. Still 45 left to go. It will be Mitch Drevnovsky, Derek Love, Bryant Miller, Brandon McCreary, and Dylan Vilashinsky, the top 5. I'm trying to get the graphics fired back up for you here as well, just so you all can see. Well, at least we're trying to anyway, but... So, green flag goes back in the air. Drevnovsky leads Love, and it's going to be a tight battle between Love and Bryant Miller. Off to turn number 3, Miller right up underneath the tail tank of Derek Love. My goodness, these guys are flying around here. I'll tell you what, Derek Love starting to make some ground up here on Mitch Drevnovsky, your race leader. It's going to be tough, but the TNT Shock Series is going to try to outdo this show. Coming up at 9:50 Eastern Standard Time, kicking off season number 7 from the Iowa Speedway. Seeing one car bouncing his way off the outside retaining walls. Things starting to settle down ever so slightly. Brandon McCreary making up some ground here on Bryant Miller for the 3rd position with 38 laps remaining, halfway this time. Cross flags out at the start finish line. Race leader Mitch Drevnovsky getting around the lap car of Austin Rich Miller. As it stands right now, only 10 cars remain on the lead lap. 10th place, Kenneth Allen, is 5.4 seconds. He's half a racetrack behind him. We've only gone a handful of laps. How about Josh Batista? He's trying to get himself back up onto the podium. Recovers all the way to the 4th position. That car of Austin Rich Miller looking a little bit sporty here, too. Unfortunately, several laps down behind the race leader. In fact, 24 laps down after being involved in the early big one in turn number 4. Batista looks inside. Bryant slams the door. Miller able to hold that top side through 3 and 4. He's making that groove work. And it's interesting. The track temperature only 82 degrees, not too hot. So these drivers should be able to save a little bit of rubber, but with how quickly they're turning laps, I think you may see them have to start moving up the racing surface ever so slightly here to find the fast way around here. That's what we're seeing Batista do in 1 and 2 that time. Gets a good run, has to back it off into 3, keep from running over the 9 machine just ahead. Coming around, more lap traffic. That was the 15 of Nathan Wenzel. Man alive, your race leader is about to be hot and heavy in this as well. As Batista and Miller stay side by side. Batista had the 3rd position for just a moment. How they negotiate this next gaggle of lap cars just up ahead may decide who finishes in the 3rd position here tonight. These cars about 2.5 seconds back of Derek Love. He's about 2 seconds back. He's a half second back. Oh, as Bogus gets sideways off of 4. Man, the tail tanks are starting to get light here, losing all the weight, all the grip on the rear end of these things. Just as the right side tires start to beg for mercy. Man, I'll tell you what, I think Batista has to get to the high side of the racetrack here. Bogus is finding Miller is finding some speed up on the high side. I love the car parked at pit exit. Like, I'm gonna wait for a gap. Good luck at this point. We're already down to 18 laps to go. It is a very quick green flag run that we've got going on here. Now you see Batista trying to make that outside lane work. Lap traffic going to be in the way. Nothing going there through turns 1 and 2. The gap for Drevnovsky over Derek Love, now up to 1 second. Oh, we've got cars sideways. Caution is out. Trouble on the racetrack may be Chris Rogers and Nick Hamill. We'll take a look here and see. Pick up the instant replay and see what happened. This was just in front of Batista. That car very slow down to the inside of the speedway. So it was not, at least I don't think, the car of Chris Rogers that had the issue. But now as we go back to the live look, we'll pick up your race leader, Mitch Drevnovsky. Yeah, this is where it's tough. Everybody trying to get themselves squared away. And then you have the lucky dog that's going to get the free pass. If they're not involved in the incident anyway. So field will get packed up behind the iRacing Ford Mustang pace car. And look at that, very quickly back to green flag racing. Hearing via channels that there is massive beef in the voice chat. I wonder what that could be about. Drevnovsky able to hold off Love on the restart. D-Love clears the lap traffic. Now Bryant Miller trying to hold off Josh Batista. Batista goes right back to work. I don't even think the field was sorted fully. That's the crazy part. I mean, you get your 4 or 5 laps of caution, but they're going to go by so quickly here that, man, this is crazy. 10 laps to go. Oh, the caution flag is out one more time. Seeing one car making the pull-off onto pit lane. That may have been Kenneth Allen. So Mitch Drevnovsky will get caught up to the iRacing safety car. Basically, the way it works is pits will open this time for lead lap cars. Nobody's going to take it, obviously. Next lap by, they will open for lap down cars. And then you should get the 1 to go signal the following lap. Oh my goodness. Try to catch your breath here. We should get the 1 to go signal this next time by the start finish line. And the start, basically the go line, where the green flag flies, is at the entrance to turn number 3. So you'll see the pace car make that hard right-hand turn right there, catch a little bit of air on the way out. Drevnovsky, Love, Miller, Batista, McCreary, the top 5. Green flag back in the air. Derek Love gets a pretty decent restart that time. Drevnovsky may just have a little bit better gear in that car. Oh, but D-Love's going to be right there. Had close to within a car length or two with the corner entry to turn number 1. But then falls back on the exit. I think maybe just a little bit better pulling gear there as Batista looks outside of Miller. Oh, Miller got sideways off of 4. Give that position to Josh Batista. The Red Ream rocket is flying right now. Brandon McCreary, Brian Miller battling for the 4th position. Oh, as the lead battle is starting to heat up. Pick up Drevnovsky, Love, and Batista with 4 to go here at Slinger. Oh, Drevnovsky really able to open up the gap that time. Love going to have to contend with Batista in the battle for 2nd. It'll be 2 laps to go, this time by the start-finish line. A little bit of a scrape of the outside wall, possibly for Mitch Drevnovsky. Coming around the lap car, the 23 machine. Race leaders all clean clearly. Off at turn 4. White flag in the air. 1 to go here at Slinger. Mitch Drevnovsky clean down the back straightaway off at turn number 4. Twin checkers in the air, and Mitch Drevnovsky gets the win at Slinger Speedway. Oh my goodness, what a show from the iRacing Sprint Car Cup. Drevnovsky parks it on the front straightaway. He will be your race winner. Followed by Derek Love, Josh Batista, Brandon McCreary, and Bryant Miller, the top 5. 6 through 10, Bryson Hoff, Dylan Vilashinsky, Zach Evans, Kenneth Allen, and Patrick Risso Jr. Chris Rogers, Nathan Wenzel, Austin Nye, Dan Holmes, and John Sluter back through the 15th position. 16 through 20, Ryan Gavel, Nick Hamill, Andrew Bogus, Austin Rich Miller, and Tracy Petter going out in that incident early on in the race, towards the midpoint, I guess it would be. 21 to 25, Ronald Gibbons, Justin Bankowski, Aaron Parsons, Jeffrey Stanton, and Craig Wilcott. Race took 25 minutes and 7 seconds to complete, and it was a wild show tonight. Let's bring in our race winner tonight, Mitch Drevnovsky. Mitch, congratulations on the win. Circular insanity is probably the best way I can think of to describe this. What are your thoughts after 75 laps at Slinger?
Yeah, that's just about what I would say too. I mean, this is a great track, really cool track, but just got really chaotic out there. You know, this is one of the hardest cars that there is, and we had a couple new guys, which is always good to see. But you know, they tried their best to get out of the way, and then we had guys up front that just didn't have a lot of patience, and just, you know, it is what it is. Everyone's racing hard, but the little more respect, I think, needs to be shown at a place like this. It's so chaotic, but it was a good race. I just wish that a lot more guys could have finished. A lot of guys ended up laps down and wrecked, and it's part of it, but
yeah, now it seemed like your setup had a little bit better gearing for the restarts than what we saw out of Derek. You were able to pull that gap of 3 or 4 car lengths. Was that the difference in being able to hold the lead on those late restarts?
Yeah, being a leader is huge everywhere. I was just able to get that jump on him, and especially that last run, he was a little quicker, I think, or I was just making a couple of mistakes. But I was able to just keep the tires on it as good as I did, and was able to just lead it to the end. But it came with its issues. But I'm glad we were able to win it.
Well, yeah. What final question for you here? We've been discussing running a little 500. We did one a couple of years ago at Southern National. Do you think a little 500 works here?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the only unfortunate issue here is I don't know if you guys caught it, but they gotta work with the yellows and the pace car here. When the yellow comes out, you don't know if it's gonna happen or not. But the pace car, he'll just say, you know what, I ain't slowing down, and he'll go full bore until you get the 2 to green. And if you guys were to host an event, you would be able to have an admin and clear the black flags and whatnot. So I think that would be a lot of fun if you could get a good group of guys and go over a couple of rules and everyone had respect, because, you know, that's going to be a long race. But, yeah, I mean, you know, if we did it here or we got Anderson or Winchester or whatever, they could be a lot of fun, but you just got to have the respect, and hopefully the track can work out.
Well, that may be something we pull together here, Mitch. Congratulations on the big win here tonight. And before we let you go, make sure you do all the sponsor plugs and shout-outs here, too.
Yeah, just want to thank all the guys at SRS and EPI, like every week, just putting in a bunch of work. You know, everyone for showing up to this. We got a big field, which was good and bad, I guess. It's always good to see a big field, but 25 cars here is just super chaotic. And of course, I want to thank you guys for broadcasting every week. It's always good to watch back, and we're getting these big car counts because of you guys. So thanks.
Well, I appreciate the kind words on that, Mitch. Thank you very much. And now we'll talk to our runner-up finisher tonight, Mr. Derek Love. And man, my goodness, I'll ask you the same question I just asked Mitch. Was it a little bit of a gearing difference that enabled him to open the gap on the restart, or is this just so leader dependent? I mean, the leader goes, and you're just kind of out to lunch no matter what you do as the second place car.
Curious, did he say, was he on the 69? Or was he on the 49? Did he say?
He did not say which gear he was on. I wouldn't ask for the special sauce. So
I ran the 69. I didn't even consider the 49. So that's what the question would have been. Was I guess I'll have to try that. I didn't really mess with that gear, and I usually am. Man, I've just been trying to get the car to handle well. I felt like we did have a good car, definitely there at the end. I needed that opportunity to caution. More so in your question, yeah, you lose a little bit just following them. That clean air out front and being able to dice your way through probably helps. But I knew we were going to catch traffic, and I knew I didn't need to be forcing my car to be right there with him. I just needed to be patient, wait for the traffic, and wait. That opportunity will definitely be there, which it brought us closer, and then it kind of we kind of get strung out, and I just needed that caution, like I was saying, to get that opportunity. But couldn't do it, man. Couldn't do it. It was tough.
Yeah, one of the things that I think Mitch said the word respect 6 or 8 times in his interview, and it seemed like there was not a lot of that going on, whether it was at the front of the field or even trying to get through lap traffic. Now, some of that may be just this place is so small, I don't know where lap traffic is supposed to go. But did you feel that tonight, that they're maybe pushing a little bit too hard too early?
I witnessed that. I didn't necessarily feel any of that towards myself. Maybe a little bit very early on, some encounters, but going through the traffic, it wasn't anything different other than just cars everywhere. I mean, that was the most wild race probably I've done. But you just had to focus on just getting your car in the position it needed to be in relative, to where that specific car in front of you was. You really couldn't think about anything else other than just one car at a time, and it just had to be played in a smart. Chess was the name of the game tonight.
Yeah, you would think it would be more checkers at a place that this tight and this fast, but yes, it was definitely that game of chess tonight. Derek, congratulations on the runner-up finish. One final question for you here, same one we asked Mitch. Does the little 500 concept work here, or do you think we need to go someplace a little bit bigger?
I honestly, I know we were talking about this pre-race that didn't seem like it would, but as someone that's been to a little 500 and witnessed it and seen the kind of traffic they have to deal with, this replicated that pretty heavily. So this would get my vote for it.
There you go. 33 sprint cars, 3 wide here coming to a green. That sounds fantastic. All right, Derek, thank you much for the interview here. And before we let you go, shout outs and sponsor plugs. You know the drill.
Yeah, of course. I felt like the Babes put together a car for first place tonight. I'm sad I couldn't bring it home to them. We'll do it again, though, for sure. And we'll be in Victory Lane next time in the Street Side Classics machine. We'll see you then.
All right, buddy. Well, thank you much. We do appreciate you coming to check into the booth with us here. And now we're going to talk to our third place finisher tonight. Oh, and we didn't get the intro. I guess we have them turned off in this server. But, Josh Batista, how did you come back to front? That was absolutely crazy following your progress back through the field here.
I was kind of a little ticked off in that incident I got involved in, and just said, screw it. I'm just going to send it every corner and hope it sticks. And it did, thank God. And I just drove back up to the front, and I'm glad that race is crazy. I'm so tired, my brain's fried. I don't know what the heck's going on anymore.
Yeah, well, I just asked Mitch and Derek, and they both answered the same way. The little 500 question: could you turn 500 laps of this place?
Well, once you get a few green flag laps put in, and everybody kind of gets in the rhythm, even the lap traffic and stuff, honestly, you could do one for sure. You could get a good easy 100 lap green run in if everybody's got a straight head on and knows what they're doing. Definitely.
You know what? The three of you may have just sold me on this one. Little 500 coming in the month of May. I'm making an iRacing special event too, damn it. All right, buddy. Well, congratulations on the third place finish here tonight. And before we let you go, do all those sponsor plugs and shout outs.
I gotta thank Reem and Jeff for painting the car. You guys for broadcasting as always. And yeah, I'm gonna hop on out of here. I'm damn tired.
That sounds about right. Seems like everybody's a little worn out after this one, but oh my God, what a show out of these guys. From the iRacing Sprint Car Cup running, they did not set a new world record tonight. The Tracy Petter's record will stand 9.546 seconds. The best lap we had in the race belonged to Andrew Bogus. A very nice 9.695 second lap. And qualifying, the fastest we had was Mitch Drevnovsky at a 9.631. Absolutely wild how fast these guys were going around here. And it's coming, the little 500. If we don't get Anderson, if we don't get Winchester, it will be here at Slinger. If we get Winchester and not Anderson, we'll do some testing. But I would say highly likely it would still end up here anyway, because this best replicates what you see out at Anderson Speedway. I am so excited for this. And we've got more coming up. The TNT Shock Series returning for season number 7. That race will air 1 hour from now. Don't go anywhere. That race is going to be, quite frankly, crazy. A packed-up draft race in open-wheel cars making about 275 horsepower. They can't get away from each other. They're going to run as a pack. It's going to be wild. Oh, the action was good in this one. It's going to be great in that one. You don't want to miss any of it. But for the time being, I'm going to go catch the breath. God, you may even need a smoke after that one. Good Lord. Fantastic show from Slinger Speedway. We are thrilled to have gotten to bring it to you. For everybody here at the National Racing Network, my name is Chris Graham. We really appreciate you coming to hang out with us, and we will see you all in about an hour. Until then, adios, everybody.